The guy was brandishing weapons, and we had to disarm him. We took a gun from him, and Bawuko left and went to his office. Apparently, they've come in to create chaos. I alerted the Minister of Justice yesterday when we were in transit, and I explained to the Minister of Justice the attitude. The attitude was transferred onto our web page. A lot of derogatory, vitriolic questions and answers were done by Mr. Fediga. I thought it was unfortunate. I thought it was something that shouldn't be happening in a professional environment. Guys like Fediga came out of the advocacy realm, so any issue of disagreement or maybe some confusion in his goal attainment, it becomes some social media situation. And I thought that professionally would have been handled. If you had disagreement, you come to me quietly, we sit down. We've had several disagreements before. They've come in, we had to go to the Senate, we had to go to the president's office. They want us to work it out. I decided to work it out. I decided to even suppress and reduce my height to deal with two guys that I personally, which is regrettable, where I personally introduced them for appointment. But that's what happened in life. In life, you face your calamity and you make a bed, you have to sleep in it. And that's what we're doing. I thought that we can go along, we can have them correct some of the shortcomings, some of the setback they had, we have corrected that and move on. Because this is all about fighting drugs. Our people are dying. We have to put up a posture that will address the issue of drugs. Not little feeling height. You didn't talk to me. You didn't call me. That's not what I'm all about at this point in time. I've given a strategic framework to Mr. Bauko as to contribute towards it. I told Mr. Fediga, he said he was good. Bau contributed. He spent 2 weeks with him. I had to pay him money. He said he was having people to come and participate, so we have to pay that setting fee. I had to pay him money to have people set fees. They finally did it and brought it back to me, and we are including that in all of our disposition. In very shortly, we'll be having stakeholder meetings so as to put it up for validation, so that we can have a framework that will be reflective of the views of stakeholders and everybody else. So I'm with the strong conviction that what we're doing here has got its own benefits. Jeremy, I got to hurry up because the IG, apparently they've come in to create chaos. Like I said, the fact that you guys are coming on this kind of situation, I'm sure you saw the belligerent posture exhibited by some guys from, I don't know who it was. Somebody said Fadiga. I didn't see Fadiga or Bauko. But apparently they were the one invited to the police station, and the police officer, the director of police had to come because I called him up. I called him to come because Fadiga was brandishing weapons, and we had to disarm him. We took a gun from him, and Bauko left and went to his office. Apparently they've come in to create chaos. I alerted the Minister of Justice yesterday when we were in transit, and I explained to the Minister of Justice the attitude was transferred onto our web page. A lot of derogatory, vitriolic questions and answers were done by Mr. Fediga. I thought it was unfortunate. I thought it was something that shouldn't be happening in a professional environment. Guys like Fediga came out of the advocacy realm, so any issue of disagreement or maybe some confusion in his goal attainment, it becomes some social media situation. And I thought that professionally would have been handled. If you had disagreement, you come to me quietly, we sit down. We've had several disagreements before. They've come in, we had to go to the Senate, we had to go to the president's office. They want us to work it out. I decided to work it out. I decided to even suppress and reduce my height to deal with two guys that I personally, which is regrettable, where I personally introduced them for appointment. But that's what happened in life. In life, you face your calamity and you make a bed, you have to sleep in it. And that's what we're doing. I thought that we can go along, we can have them correct some of the shortcomings, some of the setback they had, we would have corrected that and move on. Because this is all about fighting drugs. Our people are dying. We have to put up a posture that will address the issue of drugs. Not little feeling height. You didn't talk to me. You didn't call me. That's not what I'm all about at this point in time. I've given a strategic framework to Mr. Bauko as to contribute towards it. I think to create chaos. Because I'm sure you saw the belligerent posture exhibited by some guys from I don't know who it was. Somebody said Fadiga was there. I didn't see them, Fadiga or Bauko. But apparently they were the one invited to the police station, and the police officer, the director of police had to come because I called him up. I called him to come because Fadiga was brandishing weapons, and we had to disarm him. We took a gun from him, and Bauko left and went to his office. Apparently they've come in to create chaos. I alerted the Minister of Justice yesterday when we were in transit, and I explained to the Minister of Justice the attitude was transferred onto our web page. A lot of derogatory, vitriolic questions and answers were done by Mr. Fediga. I thought it was unfortunate. I thought it was something that shouldn't be happening in a professional environment. Guys like Fediga came out of the advocacy realm, so any issue of disagreement or maybe some confusion in his goal attainment, it becomes some social media situation. And I thought that professionally would have been handled. If you have disagreement, you come to me quietly, we sit down. We've had several disagreements before. They've come in, we had to go to the Senate, we had to go to the president's office. They want us to work it out. I decided to work it out. I decided to even suppress and reduce my height to deal with two guys that I personally, which is regrettable, why I personally introduced them for appointment. But that's what happened in life. In life, you face your calamity and you make a bed, you have to sleep in it. And that's what we're doing. I thought that we can go along, we can have them correct some of the shortcomings, some of the setback they had, we would have corrected that and move on. Because this is all about fighting drugs. Our people are dying. We have to put up a posture that will address the issue of drugs. Not a little feeling height. You didn't talk to me. You didn't call me. That's not what I'm all about at this point in time. I've given a strategic framework to Mr. Bauko as to contribute towards it. I told Mr. Fediga, he said he was good. Bauko contributed. He spent 2 weeks with him. I had to pay him money. He said he was having people to come and participate, so we have to pay that certain fee. I had to pay him money to have people sit fee. They finally did it and brought it back to me, and we are including that in all of our dispositions lately. In very shortly, we'll be having stakeholder meetings so as to put it up for validation, so that we can have a framework that will be reflective of the views of stakeholders and everybody else. So I'm with the strong conviction that what we're doing here has got its own benefit. Gentlemen, I got to hurry up because the IG actually is waiting for me to actually discuss these issues. So basically, we've come to let you know, first and foremost, I have congratulated my guys who were part and parcel of the reconfiguration of the DEA, reassignment, because it was decentralizing the DEA into the interior, into the other part of the country. Right after our decentralization and the appointment of new commanders, we basically started to see the results coming in. We managed to arrest a Sierra Leonean military officer who probably had been used to coming over there with this operation. But this time around, he was bad lucky. We had already done the changes, and he came and brought with the new guys who were actually conducting these things. And then he was apprehended and put up to this particular task right now. While there in Senegal, I had just come from Senegal. Basically, the meeting should have just been for Senegal.
Okay, folks, it's good to be here again this morning with another edition of the Today Show right here on your favorite dial. It's 14 minutes on the flip side of 8 o'clock. That's the initial time check right here from Odious Congo Town in Minerva, Liberia. Welcome, and let's have a wonderful time together here. We are here to serve you a very, very scrumptious breakfast until 10 o'clock. So wherever you are and whatever you are doing, please invite someone to listen alongside you or view alongside you, because as usual, the show promises to be very, 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 very interesting. My name is Yekezi Zwobel. I'm here alongside Dennis Nipson. Dennis, good morning and welcome to the show this morning. How was your night?
Good morning. Yekisi, it's good to be back this morning, this Tuesday morning. I like to say good morning as well. I had a restful night. And how was your night?
Yeah, my night was good as usual. It was actually splendid as usual. Thank God for the gift of life.
Okay. Yes, it's good to be back, and would like to recognize all of our followers, those who are following us on social media on Spoon TV and also YouTube and all of our social media platforms. Would like to say welcome to the today's show, and also to those who are following us from the radio. Would like to say welcome. You can share the video, invite someone to watch along. It is good to be here this morning to discuss critical national issues.
Of course, it's always good to be here to serve you a palatable breakfast. And so there are a lot of happenings in the country right now, ranging from altercation at the LDEA, which AB Kroma was just responding to. I understand that Fadiga also responded to that. But since the two individuals were appointed there at the LDEA, you know, um, there's not been this good relationship between them. We've always heard reports of a tense or an acrimonious relationship between the two. Don't actually know what is happening. But on yesterday, that intensified. On yesterday, that escalated, according to our reporters. At one point in time, some reporters or media practitioners reported that there was a fight between Fadigar and that of AB Kroman, the head of the LDEA. And later on, we had another reporter who went there, said that was a confrontation, an altercation, between the two individuals. But this is very, very concerning, and we will talk about that this morning because the president of the Republic of Liberia, during his first State of the Nation address, declared drugs as
National
a
emergency.
national emergency,
Yeah.
and that mechanisms are going to put into place to fight drugs, and the institution that's responsible to fight these drugs is the LDEA, and we must have serious people there, not people that will be, reportedly fighting among themselves all of the time. You go to fight drugs, then you're fighting among yourselves. So you forget about a drug fight now, and pay attention to the fight among yourself. That is concerning, and it's something that we must talk about today. What is bitter relationship between the two? And I'm understanding from A.B. Kroman that he was the one who recommended the appointment of those guys. So if you were the one who recommended the appointments of those guys, then what is happening now? What is happening? That is undermining the functions of the LDEA.
Yeah.
It's undermining the function. It's undermining the fight against drugs. Because if you guys don't have a cordial relationship, if you guys are not getting along, then it becomes a problem. How do you guys sit together, to even brainstorm, to even premeditate about measures to put in place to tackle drugs in this country? How do you guys do that? So it means the LDEA wouldn't be that effective as expected, even though since you guys took over years, you've been making some strides, and we appreciate you for that. But you probably would have done better than what you are doing immediately if you were getting along, if you guys could sit together, talk together, brainstorm together, laugh together, as a team. I think you guys would have done better. But every time we are hearing reports of fights, altercations, confrontations, among you guys, that is unfortunate. And you guys are leaders over there. You should be setting an example. You are leading a group of individuals there at the LDEA. You should be setting examples. So if you're fighting among yourselves, then what more about the co-workers? So if the co-workers fight among themselves tomorrow, who do they carry the complaint to? Who do they carry the complaint to? Is it the leaders who have been fighting among themselves since they, were appointed over there at the LDEA? Well, that is wrong, and I hope something can be done about it. And if this cannot be resolved, I think, I mean, the president has to intervene. The president has to intervene. If those guys cannot get along, well, you can take some of them from there, switch them to other government ministries and agencies, since indeed they can get along. But having them there undermining the fight against jocks all of the time, I think is not good for our country. Already, jocks is eroding the destroying the fabrics of our country, destroying young people in our country, and we need to take it seriously. So we need serious-minded people over there, serious-minded people.
Yes, you said it all right, Yekezi. And like you said, the president announced drugs as a national emergency, given to the fact that during the election, the United Party campaigned on the issue of the abuse of drugs by the young people, how it was destroying the young people, and there was a need for the fight against drugs to be holistic, to be collective, as to minimize the intake of drugs in Liberia by the young people, especially Kuch. Now we saw the appointment of Abraham Kurma, who a lot of Liberians, thought that he would have done much better, given to the fact that when he served as the operation of the Liberian National Police, the zest at which he conducted himself, he went about ensuring that the fight against the drugs, the motorcyclists and restriction and all of that was in place. So a lot of people thought that yes, AB would have done very, very well. And I, for one person who feel that I'm not feeling that in part, as the work that when AB Kuma was in the Liberia National Police, the force at which he conducted himself. At some point in time, I was wondering whether administratively, there are some people who administratively they don't perform, they are good for the operations and all of that. Now he's heading the LDEA. We see that there's fight with he and his deputy, which is not a welcoming situation. And I listened to the both AB Kumar during his press conference spoke about disarmament of Fadiga and what Fadiga did and the issue of drug money and all of that. But when you listen as well to Fadiga yesterday evening on the Spoon Talk, he sounded like one may say that there's something actually happening, because he made it clear. He said there's a cartel and I'm not here to protect cartel, So from his explanation, he was sending a signal that the director proper, who is Ebi Kuma, is perhaps trying to shield some
Drug
illegal
cartel.
happenings as it relates to drug cartel, and he's not in favor of that. That was the message that was sent by Fadiga last night, that AB is doing something wrong that he's not in favor of, and he as a person has come to Liberia to help to fight against drugs, which they are intentional about, and for which he left his job in the United States, he left his family and came to Liberia to contribute. That he cannot come to Liberia and now see that there's cartel, there's this clique and stuff like that, and AB is not putting his foot down. He's trying to perhaps shield them, and he doesn't want to do that. So if it is like that, as to how Fadiga explained, I think there is a need that they do more, because Liberians expect more from this government. Like I always say, they see this government as the rescue mission that has come to rescue Liberian people out of all of the years that they complain about economic hardship. They complain about the young people's lives being destroyed as a result of the intake of drugs. So I think that the both bosses of the LDA needs to sit down and actually, put their house in order. And at this point, I think there's nothing to be done. It is left upon the president now, perhaps to make a decision.
Yeah.
Actually, because from the entire situation, I don't think both of them can even work together. Yeah, there are times you want to, fix things, but it will be like someone is seeing someone being disrespectful and all of that. So I think there's a need that the president come in. He said there won't be business as usual. It means that you cannot have an entity or agency and you have two bosses there fighting instead of fighting jokes. You see in the street corners where you have young people who are dying on a daily basis. Each and every time you hear that there's a thing about kush, now they are talking about a zombie or what kind of substance again that the young people are taking, and now you have them fighting each other instead of fighting the situation.
Yeah.
The problem that is confronted by the LDA, the Liberia, they are fighting each other, power struggle, and somebody is accusing their colleague that their colleague is into cartel, is protecting a cartel that is that's part of some drug stuff. So it is important that the president come up and make a really real decision that will put the both bosses into check, because they are not doing their work. This government is not about people doing their own thing. It's a government of order, because we know the president experience into governance. So people shouldn't wake up at their various ministry and start to do things while they please to do, thinking that they are running their own affairs. This is a governance system, and the president should call that to halt immediately to see that Abi Kroma and Fadiga is called to order, and there's a need for that. Yekezi.
Yeah, sure. And Abi Kroma said in his press conference yesterday, right after that fracas between he and Fadiga, he said that they have met. The president has called them. They've met with the president due to this same bitter relationship, due to the same tension between he and Fadiga. They have even met with some senators and some government officials and all of that, and until now they are not able to settle down. They're not able to settle the dust.
Yeah.
And the accusation being proffered by Fadiga is a serious accusation, though. It's a very, very serious accusation. It's an accusation not to take lightly, of course.
Yeah.
Because he's within the system, he knows what's happening within the system. The only thing I would need from Fadiga is, to try to substantiate those accusations by bringing some proofs. Since he's within the system and he knows what is happening, he knows, the inside of the institution.
Yeah.
Let he, try his best to bring out some proofs towards what he's saying. But if he just come up and make a mere allegation, even if it is true, nobody's going to take that seriously. Okay, so what he has got to do is bring evidence. If you feel Abi Kroma is protecting some kind of drug cartel, or he's carrying out business as usual within the LDEA, you want to bring us some proof. Bring some proof. That's all. And once you bring the proof, and it is proven that he's involved in such, then of course we would know what's happening at the entity.
Yeah.
And I don't think the president would be in favor of that.
No.
Even though Abi Kroma is a grounded, public servant, even though he's a connected public servant, but I don't think the president will be in favor of him, undermining his regime. I don't think so. All right. So bring some proofs and let's know what's going on at the drug enforcement agency.
Yeah.
But to have you guys all of the time going along ahead, and not working effectively, that undermines your work. Because to work effectively, to work innovatively, it needs some relaxation. It needs some peace of mind. You need to be relaxed to think properly what to do. You need to be relaxed, to be innovative. But if you now relax, if your institution is tension park all of the time, there's altercation, there's some kind of confrontation at your institution, then how do you do your work properly? How do you do your work properly? And once you're not doing your work properly as heads of the institution, of course, your subordinates wouldn't do their work properly because they are going by your lead. What you tell them to do is what they will do. What you don't tell them to do, they wouldn't do such. And of course, if they go about doing what you don't tell them to do, you're not going to be pleased with them.
But the entire thing is that they already brought the institution to public
disrepute.
The entire governance, the government.
Government as
you know what it means for the deputy to come on the radio, on the talk show, and tell the president that the person who you have appointed to lead the fight against drugs is protecting cartel. That's a grave allegation.
Yeah,
that's a grave allegation that
the opposition can
exactly
run with.
That's a grave allegation. And I tell you for one fact, Yegezi, at times, we go about interviewing Liberians, talking about the issue of drug, how it can be resolved, the fight against drugs and all of that. There are Liberians who will tell you that you people are talking about the issue of drug. They fight against drug. It is not about these petty the little drugs dealer, perhaps those people who sell it in the community. Sometimes the police go and apprehend them. At the end of the day, they return into the community. There are a lot of big people, there are big hands, let's say like that. That's quoting Liberians. Some people that we interview, they say there are a lot of big hands that are involved with the issue of drug. And until the system, the agency can target those people, we will have this situation that we are having. So the issue about drug, the fight against drug, it should be intentional. It should be intentional, and whosoever that leads that agency should be intentional about that. And in recent time, I'm not seeing much with the LDEA, and I think that Mr. Kroma, AB Kroma, can step up to his action, to his gain, to do more, because the allegation leveled against him by his deputy is grave, and hope he can come up to speak against that, because that's a grave allegation that needs to be given concern to or attention to, because they may come on the radio and tell you that you are protecting cartel, and he's not for that. He came to Liberia to fight against drug, and you don't want to do that. You don't want to fight against, you want to shield certain people. And AB was talking about fighting guy involved with drug money, and thing like that. So they claims and counter claims, but it is actually bad. So when the president comes back to Liberia, it is important that he take immediate action against those bosses of the LDEA.
Yeah, the president must take immediate action. But again, if he's taking action, we need to take an investigation into some of the allegations that are being made by those two individuals. We need to take them seriously.
Yeah.
We don't just need to let go of those allegations against AB Kroma from Fadiga, and those allegations against Fadigas from AB Kroma. We need to investigate those allegations to know what is happening, because even if the president resolves the matter, maybe switch or transfer one of those individuals or two of them to another government institution, the allegation remains. We don't know whether that allegation is true, and if those guys remain there, the other guys who have been accused, they remain there, and the allegation is true, and they continue to do things that they're not supposed to do. They continue to protect drug cartel. Then we are going nowhere when it comes to the fight against drug in this country. So those are grave allegations, very, very grave allegations, coming from the house's mouth.
Yeah,
it's not coming from nowhere. It's not coming from opposition. It's not coming from civil society organizations. It's not coming from anywhere. It's coming from they themselves. It's coming from the mouth of AB Kroma. It's coming from the mouth of Fadiga.
Yeah.
Okay.
And administratively, AB needs to do more. AB Kroma needs to do more, because just recently again, the spokesperson of the LDEA, you remember, he resigned. Michael Gipley, he resigned his position because he had the same issue that his boss, was usurping his function and wasn't allowing him to function. There were a lot of situations involved. Now we see with his deputy and all of that. So sometimes there are times when people are occupying other positions, you turn to feel that yes, that person is performing, that person can do this, until you can shift them to another position or another agency, and then you realize that there are problem with that person. So at this point in time, all we need now is action. And I tell you, for one fact, there should be precedent. And if precedent is not set, another ministry will wake up just in few time from now, and there will be fight with the deputy and the proper, and there will be revelation disclosures coming out of that. So I think they need to be investigated as well. The RG, the police RG, there are allegations that are coming up from the LDEA about the LDEA boss shooting drug cartel. There's a need for Inspector General Gregory Coleman as well to start his investigation surrounding that disclosure made by Fadiga, who is the deputy to AB Kroma.
And unfortunately, this week has been a very sad week for us, especially journalists here at Spoon FM and TV.
Yeah.
Just last week, recently, Nelson Cole, our colleague here, was assaulted there at the headquarters of the United Party. We talked about that on the show yesterday. And yesterday,
again,
at the
LDEA.
LDEA, when our reporter went to provide coverage for the incident that was, occurring there, Sylvester Choloplay, again, he was assaulted. His phone was, forcefully taken away from him. His phone was at some point in time, thrown on the ground.
Yeah.
And all of that. We will be speaking to Sylvester Choloplay here. And after that, we play you a short video footage of what happened yesterday at the LDEA. So let's see whether we can speak to Sylvester Choloplay here. If we can speak to him this morning, then if he doesn't pick up his phone, then of course we just have to go for the video so that you can know what we talking about. But this is becoming serious, and it's something that shouldn't be taken lightly. Yeah. Okay, we have Sylvester Choloplay now on the line. Sylvester, good morning. You live on the Today Show. Welcome.
Good morning, Yagazi, and good morning to the listeners and also followers who following the Today Show.
Okay, welcome again. So yesterday you were one of those who went at the LDA from Spoon. You was there earlier, but you went there and you joined him to provide coverage about the incident going on there yesterday. That has to do with altercation, a fight, a confrontation between AB Kroma and Fadika. And on the live video footage, we saw that you were assaulted several times. You want to tell us more about that?
Yeah, sure. So yesterday, upon receiving a tip-off yesterday at the LDE, I went there. So when I went there, I met, security apparatus dominantly from the Liberian National Police, and later on the Inspector General of the Liberian National Police, Gregory Coleman, also arrived there. So yesterday, when arrived there, I saw a very, very serious tension, altercation between the Director General of the Liberia Justice Enforcement Agency, Ibrahim Komai, and his deputy, Mr. Hassan Fadika. All right, so when this was going on yesterday, you have the both leaders of the LDEA securities, fighting each other, disarming arms at each other. So this actually raised serious attention that made community dwellers to even get panic yesterday. The entire environment around the LDEA area was actually disturbed due to that heavy riot yesterday. So being as a journalist, I went there. So once I went there, I started to go live so the public can get to know exactly what was unfolding at the LDEA. and parallel, so the Liberian National Police could get more backup to see how best to calm down that situation. So while I was going live with my ID card hanging on my neck, this LDEA officer just went to me and said, "Oh, who are you? Want to know you?" And I identified myself yesterday. Subsequently, the judge, assaulted me and took my phone. Put in a pocket. If I throw it away, a little place it in the car, to extend, they want to detain me, the disagreement between AB Command and Fadiga was that AB Command earlier on pronounced that there is a drug they call zombie. A zombie.
Zombie, okay.
All right, a zombie. Yeah, zombie. And Fadiga came and said, no, we don't have any drug they call zombie. So AB is saying that why should I, pronounce something officially as a boss, and later on you are saying that we don't have the drugs, and you know very well that we had the drugs. So that was the main disagreement between him and his deputy. So at a certain point in time, Fadika said that he was allegedly restricted. His movement was restricted at the LDEA, which according to him he couldn't tolerate any longer, and that's why I brought the entire disagreement and serious tension at the LDEA yesterday. So we, as in fact, we were previously called by the communication department for a press conference. So while some of us were, we went there, tried to do our work, and we were assaulted, maltreated. Like
let me understand something. So was it at a formal gathering that the LDA boss, A.B. Kruman, said that pronounced that there's a drug in the country called zombie, and then Fadiga interrupted and said there's no drug, we have called zombie. Was it at a formal program, or that was just in preparation for their press conference?
So I've been covering the DA for a couple of times, and I can clearly remember the last time when AB Command convened a press conference, on which Fadiga was there, right? And in that press conference, both of them, they announced that there is a new drug in Liberia called zombie. All right, but subsequently, according to information that we got, that Fadiga has gone on the radio or on the air, telling public that there's nothing called zombie, and there's no zombie in Liberia. So to answer the question, in one of the press conferences, yes, they pronounced that there is a drug called zombie.
So yesterday, according to your narration, the bone of contention between them was that A.B. Kruman pronounced that there's a drug called zombie, and Fadiga, reacted by saying there's no drug in the country called zombie. Number one, was that at a formal program? Was that in the presence of people, maybe even subordinates of their subordinates or co-workers there at the LDEA?
So the information I'm giving you right now is that when we were at the LDEA, these are the information. These are the pieces of information we're getting from.
That you gather from
that led to the disagreement yesterday.
Okay.
But I'm telling you that during one of the press conferences, both of them in our press conferences, they were there, and they pronounced that there is a drug called zombie. But later on, when we heard from LDA officers, those who were around, they said, but this is why brought the disagreement that earlier on, AB pronounced that there's a zombie in the country. Later on, Fadiga said, no, there's no zombie in this country. This issue of the zombie business, other opposition, then using that, in Baka's administration, there is a new drug called zombie, and we administration we had how you call the drug?
Kush.
Kuch. So Baka brought zombie, and we have brought Kuch. So it seems like maybe Hassan wants to for people to desist that in Baka's administration there's Baka administration there's no drug called zombie. every just was brought, in we as administration. But AB2 wants to be like a little bit transparency in Baga's administration. There's just called Zumbi and blah, blah, blah. So that was the main, according to the information that we got yesterday, that was the main issue that brought their, disagreement and tense.
So now, Joe, just tell us about your assault.
Yeah, so my phone was seized yesterday. I nearly threw down on the ground, but some of my colleagues, including the vice president for the Liberia Reporters Association, kept intervening for me. And that's how later on, after they seized my phone for about, those who watch the video will see it about 5 to 10 minutes. They had to put it in their pocket and later on place it in their car and try to determine that I shouldn't go anywhere if I that tension at the ground.
And why did they say why did they say they seized your phone?
So they said that disagreement, the disagreement, the tussle that went on yesterday, media practitioners were not allowed to capture it, to place on the media to have the public know that situation. And that was the reason they actually, seized my phone. And that was a contradiction because the communication department previously called media institution for a press conference. And this press conference resulted to that situation. So when you call a media practitioner for a press conference and subsequently we see everything, we as a journalist, we try to do our best. We as journalists, we try to do our best to capture every event that the public, needs to know about. And that's what we're doing exactly. Which they seized my phone yesterday and they assaulted me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, Sylvester, thank you very, very much. I followed the video, and the video is even currently playing. Without an audio, we will, play that fully later on. I saw that at a certain point in time, your phone was thrown on the ground. At a certain point in time, there was a guy, blocking the view of the camera and assaulting you.
I tried to get his name yesterday. I couldn't get his name, but he said he works with the NSA. He's NSA, employee, and he was doing all kind of stuff. He's a very huge guy, who assaulted me yesterday.
Okay.
And so I hope AB Koma, because we know him to be a very professional person. So those who follow him, should also be professionals, and they should know that they should respect journalists. So I hope that AB Koma, the LDEA boss, can be able to talk to his guys, his security, and the entire disagreement whatsoever. When media practitioners go there, they should be able to respect us. We know our profession. We know exactly what to do. You cannot tell us, look at Haji, this guy was going live. They asked the guy to delete his video. So he asked them, the only way I can delete this video if the court tell me to delete the video. And that was a public environment. What happened yesterday, it was not something that was hidden. You have community dwellers all around, saying them, people were people got panic yesterday. So it was not something that was hidden, in fact, that whole disagreement of fight was outside of the LDEA fence. So it was nothing that was hidden. That information needed to
the fight was outside LDEA's fence?
Yes. No,
then you say media shouldn't cover it. Not even inside the fence, but outside the fence. Then you say media shouldn't cover it.
You're not even inside the fence. You had
we not. It's just that we don't have drone in this country. So for example, if I got drone as a media practitioner, there's a fight outside your fence, and I put my drone in the air, you go block the drone from there, and I said in some corner, you can see me.
Even when AB came yesterday, he got that outside the fence. His vehicle did not go even inside. So I don't know what was hidden there. Because committed dweller, people were seeing everything that was happening yesterday. So when you say you don't want media and whatever. So I think sometimes our officers need to be trained to be. Sometimes they really need serious training.
Okay.
All right. Because you can prevent journalists from a public matter. On a serious note.
Okay. Sylvester Chudifle, thank you very much. It's been a wonderful time having you on, and sorry for the assault against you yesterday. It's just unfortunate.
You're welcome, Yagasi.
All right. Okay, so there's Sylvester Chudifle there who was assaulted, phone taken or seized, taken away from him forcefully on yesterday several times at the LDEA office. And just let's listen to what Sylvester is saying. That entire fracas happened outside the fence of LDEA. Then he said journalists shouldn't go live, or we shouldn't provide coverage. When you had earlier on invited the press, AB Kuman, held a press conference yesterday, and they invited the press. And when the press came, they met that kind of situation, that tension on the ground. So you expect the press to just stand and fold their hand and look at everything and be laughing? They shouldn't provide coverage. That's the muzzling of the press by this government needs to stop, especially of spoon journalists. The media played a pivotal role in bringing the Unity Party to power. The media did not side with the Unity Party, but because of exposing the ills within a society for the citizens to know in order to make a prudent decision during election, citizens decided to vote out the government of the former President George Weah. And this is the same media. There's no different media. This is the same media and performing the same function. We're not performing any function different from what we did yesterday. We're not doing that. That's just the same thing we're doing. So the muzzling, the assault against the media, especially journalists here from Spoon FM, just in less than a week, this government has assaulted 2 journalists from Spoon FM. It's concerning.
That is so early.
And
early.
They need to stop this. They need to stop this if they want for their government to have a good image out there. I don't think muzzling the media is the way to go, because that's the same media writing about you. Even though we're not going to write any fabrications about you, but those things that you do are what we're going to write about. And that will not all go well for your government out there. So I hope the president and other, top-notch officials, others at the helm of power in this government can see about that, because that's not the right way they are going.
Yeah, and that's not the right way to proceed. You cannot fight the media. No institution in Liberia can fight the media. That should be a warning to whosoever official or entity that will want to muzzle the media. That cannot happen. We have Chokon.
Chokon, good morning and welcome to the show.
Yeah, I have been following, and I'm so disappointed about what happened yesterday at the LDEA. If you watch the video, the entire incident happened outside of the premises, the fence of the LDEA. It tells you that this was intended for the public, to have gone to attack or harass and embarrass our colleague. It's a thing that the Unity Party government needs to take care of. Not only that, but an official complaint will be filed to the PUL and the reputable institution to be aware what the Unity Party government is engaged into at the earlier stage. If you are starting with journalists, just less than 6 months, what will happen in the next 6 years to come? We will recall many of those incidents. So I don't think it's a good footing for the Unity Party. You can't begin with the media like that. You have to allow the media to do its job, and not only Spoon journalists, but other media institutions who will be allowed to cover events because we got more time to go ahead of this government. So
Yeah.
that's what I just wanted to say. But on the issue of Farika and AB Kroma, this government, one thing about this government, Legacy and Dennis, everybody feels that they own this government. They feel that they brought this government to power. Everybody feel that they have
Entitled.
certain
Yeah.
authority. They are entitled
Yeah.
to the position, and they have that proximity with the president. So they don't have respect for the position they have. Not only that, but even the president they serve. If the president says that you are deputy to this person, you should be deputy. You should be deputy and know your TOR. You can agree to disagree, but to publicly begin to bring the institution to ridicule is just unfortunate. And the LDEA, you cannot be fighting crimes, trying to create that safe environment for people,
And
and
your
then
own
you
environment, I say.
and your own environment unsafe,
Toxic.
creating parliament in a community, making people to get a fear of the environment. It's just unfortunate. So Mr. Kumar and Hassan Fadika, I think they need to sort that out. And this is not the first time. There was a serious misunderstanding again, and other security apparatus and other hierarchy of the Unity Party had to intervene before. So this should not be happening at the LDEA. LDEA is a very pivotal to this government because President President Joseph Waga made that commitment that he's going to make sure that to fight drug.
Yeah.
And if he would do that, he cannot do it without the acquiescence of the LDEA. So we do not expect people to be fighting down there. That place is not boxing ground. It's a place that needs to work for in the interest of the Liberian people. So all they have to go by on a drawing, whether Zumi here or Zumi that year. Or I don't think it should be that. I don't think it should be a thing that people should be fighting about. You can see.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't even think that that's the reason, but they should learn to agree. And the security force is a reputable sector. You follow the AFL and other security apparatus, and that there's respect, and the issue about rank, the issue about seniority and all of that. So there's a need. That's why we are saying that the president is left with the president now to make the decision, in their case.
Yeah, sure. And Joel says something. According to him, that's information he was given by some of the eyewitnesses of what happened yesterday. That the entire bone of contention was just about something simple. That
Zombie is not yet.
Yeah, zombie. Yeah, then somebody says zombie is not yet. Zombie, yeah, zombie not yet. Then you're 44. Zombie yet and zombie not yet. Somebody says zombie yet and zombie not yet.
I think Farika on the issue is he doesn't want a picture out there that Bwagai administration having another breed of drug in the country. I think that is his contention. That,
but then
there's no zombie. But if the zombie is
that should
there,
be done properly. That should be done properly. AB Kruma is your boss. If you don't want for that picture, to be sent out there that there's a new drug has been invented or discovered under the regime of the Unity Party, you just sit, you meet one-on-one and talk about that. Oh, boss man, let's not do it this way. I recommend that we do it this way because if we do it this way, it's going to send out a negative picture out there. People are going to, take it differently and all of that. This is just a friendly conversation. But it's not something where your boss will, according to aspect what Cholope said, why your boss will, maybe among people announce or pronounce that zombie is in the country, then you dare interrupt him, reacting that no zombie in the country. It sounds disrespectful to him.
It's very disrespectful. Aside from that, I don't think Mr. Kroma is a very professional guy. I don't think he will go ahead to just pronounce thing to the public that does not exist.
Yeah.
I think there might have been some test done to authenticate that yes, this drug is a zombie drug. I don't think you would just come from the blue sky and say this thing exists in this country.
And there are certain things you don't want to do. You don't want to argue with the boss in public. All right, you don't want to argue with the boss in public.
Not at all.
If you have any dissatisfaction with your boss, you guys can sort it out behind the scene. Behind closed door, you can sort it out. You can resolve it. You can vent all of your anger, behind closed door. But to disrespect your boss in the public, I think he's not going to take that from you, and that's probably what caused that contention.
Yeah,
yesterday.
and you talking Chokon and Yekesi, you talking about the issue about the zombie in there. But when we listen to the both officials, I did not, they did not mention that they are zombie issue.
Yeah, they were talking about allegations.
They talk about
We
allegations.
talked about that earlier.
Yes,
yes,
brainstorming on that one as well, because for them it is deeper than that. Zombie and zombie is not in country, and that because they spoke individually.
So the regulation is not just
with their issue, and according to some bystander yesterday as well, Fadiga entered the building and was prevented from entering the director office, and they started to he wanted to force a way in to actually go while they were stopping him. He said no, and that also increased the problem there, wanting to take his phone from him. They started, he wanted to, and Abi Kuma was there, so he wanted to confront Abi Kuma, but then the Abi Kuma security could not allow him. So they started to prevent him in the fighting open, and he had to put out tear gas and all of those issues. So like we are saying, the issue about this official is just about the president coming in and making a decision.
Yeah,
I don't care what you do. They are not getting along.
Just transfer. Change our position.
Change it.
Yeah,
if possible, save somebody down.
The thing about Mr. Kurman is he is more operational than administrative.
That's my.
So to have him sit in the office and give command is a difficult task for him.
Mm-hmm.
He likes to be on the field. To do the work with the men on the field. That's why I like to do. And Fadika is an operation man. So it's a difficult thing. And I think, and also what I want to say.
So what you are trying to say is that he's usurping Fadika position?
Maybe because he also raised that at one point Fadika at the time we interacted just recently at the graduation ceremony of Senator Dillon's mental health school there, and he raised the same issue like that. But you can work together as a team. Whether somebody is in this position or not, since AB is more operational than administrative, you can work together. Find a way around it. It's even good that your boss is with you on the field, that you may be able to work more vigorously to have things done if he wants to work with you in that way.
Yeah.
But the other side is Yegesi and Denise. I listened to one of my colleagues. He said that our fathers and mothers in the Muslim community, they need to intervene to talk to their children, because those are two children from the community. And I think that argument also make a lot of sense, that maybe the imam, they can intervene to talk to these people. They are leaders. They should be setting example for people to follow.
For me, I think those guys are not supposed to be together.
And apart from that, apart from that, Chokon, I don't want you to bring in relation. This is not about relation. There are Liberians who are working government. They did not agree, and the president took action. The similar thing with the former administration. We had something at the what was it, a NBC?
The NBC, yeah.
Yes, right? And
Yeah.
there was solution to that. So talking about Muslim clergymen coming to come and no, they are Liberians. Why should we?
Sometimes, Dennis,
no.
these people tend to believe in their spiritual followers and mothers.
But it wasn't their spiritual father giving the job.
Like me,
It was
if
the
I am
president.
doing something wrong and you call my pastor, Senator Prince Johnson, I would say yes, the pastor. I want to listen to
You will perform it in the president will go call your pastor. Then that just makes you or maybe.
But they can intervene at least to talk to our leaders.
Those
These
two
are
people,
national leaders,
they are
and
not
they should
getting
be
along.
exhibiting that cordial relationship.
I don't think they can get along.
Here and there.
They're not getting along, and I don't think they can get along. So I just think the president should transfer them, change positions, just transfer one of them.
Yes, and because of
that's something where the problem will be. So because there have been a lot of interventions.
All the jobs in this government already maybe mostly occupied now.
They go rest now. The job of the Liberian people needs to go on.
Exactly.
Not because of a disagreement between two individuals who will sit here and allow the work of the Liberian people to be undermined. No. So the president need to, if no job now, there's no job in government now, then that one of them just go sit down. And
also, Yekezi and Chokon, because of seniority on the job, you always hear they will tell you that the subordinate, right, or the deputy should not disobey his boss.
Mm-hmm.
So for that matter, the deputy will be asked to leave, and then the boss will stay. And if the boss prove wrong that indeed those allegations or statements made against him are right, because now the deputy is no longer there and he continue with that, then the president can also see need as well to remove him. So this is just about removing perhaps the deputy and let him go on the other end and things like that.
The person who do the wrong thing should leave.
Yeah,
who is doing the wrong thing?
The person who doing the
so
wrong thing.
So that's why investigation now.
Kroma is doing the wrong thing. Let him leave.
Because there are allegations against him.
It shouldn't be about seeing.
I don't know why
if Kroma is doing the wrong thing. Let him leave. If Fadiga is doing the wrong thing, let him leave, because both of them are bringing revealing grave allegations against each other. Fadiga is accusing AB Kroma of protecting the drug cartel, which is very, very grave. We're fighting drug. Then you have somebody allegedly protecting drug cartel.
Yes,
that's a grave allegation.
That we said needs to be investigated.
Yeah.
Because he
so
levied some
the one who's doing the wrong thing, let them
needs
leave.
to be investigated seriously to protect drug cartel.
Yeah.
It means that you have no use to the
and there is not coming from CDC.
No use to
there is not coming from CDC mouth. There is coming from their own mouth.
Yeah.
Their own mouth. That they're protecting the Unity Party government protecting drug cartel.
What I know that the security sector is one of those sectors that before entering that sector, you have to know firstly that discipline and respectability for people in higher position are two key components that you cannot compromise.
I don't know why two people in higher position disrespecting themselves.
No, one is higher than the other. You don't say.
I do agree.
In higher position.
I do agree.
The president, vice president, and president, they are not the same, my man.
Yeah, that's true.
So there should be a thin line between the team position that you should know your T or R, and you know where you know your right should stop and what to agitate about.
Okay.
And working as a team, I think is the best thing to do at our institution, because our institution is very crucial. When you start fighting, then how you fight drug, you can't fight anything when you yourself fighting,
Okay, so let us go to the lines here from Liberians. Call us on 0777-1075, 0555-101075. You are listening to the Today Show on Spoon 107.5. My name is Yekezi Zwobel. I'm here alongside Dennis Nipson and Chokon Flaman. Together, we providing you a very, very palatable breakfast on the show this morning. The Spoon 107.5 Dutch Bowl has been open since 7 o'clock this morning, so you can play until 9:56 when we'll be drawing winners here We're going to have 20 persons walking away with 2,500 Liberian dollars at the end of the show. So to be a part of the draw, take your phone using your Nustasia GSM SIM card. Select, if I dial star 799 hatch, you select number 2. That's number 3 for Spoon FM. Select number 3 for Spoon FM. You choose how to pay the play fee, which is just 70 cents US or 100 Liberian dollars. You can pay the playing fee via your mobile money account, both USD or LD, and you can play multiple times as you wish. And once you do that, you stand a chance to win 2,500 Liberian dollars at the end of the show. So 20 persons will be walking away with that amount. And there's a raffle draw, just in case you don't know. Let's now go to the lines 0777 1075 0555 101075. Let's talk to this person on the line. Good morning, your name and where you join us from?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, let's hear you, sir.
Let me say hi to a powerful female journalist in the Republic of the State Nation.
Good morning.
This is Abu. I want to check on the back of my mama on my way to my mama this morning. Yeah, I want to comment here for the talking point. And, you know, my brother want to know the right way. You can see, nowhere in the world, the enemy will always get in. But so far, the boss they've been wrong. But you know, I saw also my phone. I mean, somebody see that they coming from in the West. They do all the police job in the West. So they can be supporting the only men that do the police in Liberia. That's what being a problem. Every commander of office, every commander will not sit in our office. Look, that is what the man said. Every commander protecting just here. Every commander didn't go to the case, man. Every commander being rebel in the TEA. Hey, man. So they say in the public, you can solve the thing out. So I don't want to let it go say that a really suspended. And then they can come together and come together and say one person, the other person go say that. Hey, they see that you come in the show, you go to get a party outside and also level. Like you go anywhere you go, professional man, you're in the statement. Yeah, if you get for every comment or every comment, then the president are not going to bring shame like this. Especially in the government. And so I've been talking to all, open the call, all the money, the civil, thank you very much for the opportunity for me, brother.
Thank you very much. Good morning, your name and where you join us from?
Yeah, good morning. I'm Tamayango. I'm calling from Broadway.
Let's hear you, sir.
Yeah, the issue about the two guys, and they could go around and dismiss two of them. That's all.
That's what you think?
That would be the best.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks for calling. Let's talk to another person. Good morning, your name and where you join us from?
This is Matthew Green speaking from Johnsonville.
Let's hear you, sir.
Thank you for your program. It was Ebi Kuruma who recommended Fadiga for the job. And also, if he was having any bad intention for Fadiga, it should not have been recommended. Fadiga also said that Ebi Kuruma is protecting a drug cartel, alleging that protecting drug cartel. I think Fadiga should have gone to the proper authorities and lodged a complaint that this is what is happening. To my mind is that Fadiga should be recused from his deputy position and transferred somewhere, because every Kuruma, whatever happens, is his boss. They should come together and then discuss issues. Every Kuruma said there's a new drug in town called Zombie. That's a boss man. Then you tell your boss man that no, it's not true. That you are challenging your boss man. So I think that if I were having the opportunity to meet with President Boakai, I will suggest to me that Fadiga should be to another department, or it should be removed from the job.
Thank you for calling. Let's talk to another person. Good morning, your name and where you join us from?
Good morning, my name is I'm calling you from Congo Town.
Imani, you got to be audible.
Okay, thank you very much. I have to be credible. Thank you. Although you people are talking about drugs, the remark that Fadiga made Fatiga, it will not be wrong to make that expression. And although your boss is your boss, but when you are saying something, the man left a job in America to come and save the people in his country. I believe when they said that you will make it 20,000, you make it 20,000 with all your family. You left your family and come on yourself. So if AB is making that statement, the other time we're listening to radio, AB said that we arrested Rwanda, and we were talking about that of what it is trying to say. So what they are saying, it may be true, but that should be a respect at all. But why he's saying this is true? Thank you for giving me an opportunity.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's talk to another person here. Good morning, your name and where you join us from?
Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Let's hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah. The two people are not ready to do a that's so much of honor person or who they are. And the honor person doing the work the correct way. Let the honor person the boss not doing the job the correct way. Let the boss go. And the boss doing the correct way. Let one person go right out of the brand where I would see in the country our children were you're not correct. Then one person want to buy people that are breaking drugs. Going through it and one person for the brand job go on. That's it. The AD command, you know, let him go. Let him go.
Okay.
The whole party go let him go.
Thank you.
Right now, the whole country, the country,
Thank you. Let's talk to another person. Good morning, your name and where you join us from? Good morning. Let's hear you.
Good morning. I'm Fortune.
Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I guess it's like you're saying, for you to show education on those guys. Because you can tell me that you won't protest.
Hello, are you there? Okay, we lost him. His line is not too good. But let's talk to another person here. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Yagasi.
Good morning. Let's hear you.
Yagasi, thank you for this morning. Money, George, more about GSA, most our country disrespect. Thank you very much for the topic.
Just go ahead.
The issue, AP, Kuma, and Batika, yesterday, the thing they did is very wrong. Very completely wrong. So they're fighting for power. And the power they get to you, just for making that power that someone say, oh yes, they two put in the response, they two put response, but 2 years why they up now want to try to they're fighting open them. So only they are trying to tell them, hey, those that come with equity more come clean. Hey, they want to say the government, yeah, they take yourself. Hey, well, let's turn the power over to them, but who want no time to support the government need to say, oh, the president, but that point now, you feel the amount said. So please, we respect them.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's talk to another person. Good morning, your name and where you join us from? Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah,
Morning.
thank you. This is Pascal Davis from District 6.
Pascal, let's hear you.
Thank you. Look, it is troubling for this country. It is a real disaster for our country. Imagine an institution that's supposed to bring drugs. The official those in charge of ensuring that our country is just free are the ones saying, fighting, engaged in the first fight. And what should just be compromised. Are you seeing in the case of a little over 5 months, how many drug cases we've had in the country? According to them, how many arrests being made, how many new jobs are into the country? Simply because somebody is still entitled to the job. And this is the kind of government that most of you black come in terms of experience and everything, they will come to rescue. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they've come to do in the country. Somebody telling me the president must return and actions are taken, but the government is still active. The position here, the executive mansion Western is still active. Mr. Berger doesn't have to come back for the decisions are taken. He's on the social media.
Okay.
Your companies are here.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's talk to another person. I'm sorry, we can't continue. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, let's talk to another person from this line. Good morning, your name and where you join us from?
Morning, brother. I'm the boss airport from the person.
Emmanuel, your line is very, very, very low. You coming in faint. But let's okay.
Hello? Are you
Yeah,
getting me?
yeah,
Yeah.
better now. Let's hear you.
Yeah. I'm man Salif Kane calling for the government above from local country. My
Is it
brother,
the government
the
above?
problem, yeah, the problem
what do you
we're
mean government
facing in this government is the unity. Everybody want to show that they are the one that bring this government alive. Can you imagine you agree with your boss and no problem? So if Fabiga has a big dismay, seriously, if Fabiga not dismay, one day you will find the boss man in the office. And when you share the information, we are the United Party member, we start feeling bad because we honor the youth. Seriously.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. The numbers remain the same: 0777 771 075 101075 are the numbers to put you through. We also have a lot of other issues to talk about here. Yesterday we began talking about, this report of the former religious advisor, duping several Liberians on the basis of traveling for a conference in Australia. We spoke to himself and denied the allegations, but the police has brought something up. The police has conducted a preliminary investigation and has published its findings. We will be looking at that also. And a sad news that we got yesterday in the country has to do with the death of the former president, the son of the former president of the Republic of Liberia, Ellie Johnson Sirleaf. Her son Charles Sirleaf was reported dead yesterday. Our condolences to the former president and her entire family. Will also take a look of that during the second segment of the show. But in the meantime, between time, let's take more calls here. 0777 771 075 101075 are the numbers to put it through. And don't forget to play the radio entertainment game to walk away with some amazing catch here. 2,500 Liberian dollars. 20 persons will be walking away with that amount this morning. So all you need to do to be a part of the draw and stand a chance to win 2,500 Liberian dollars is to dial the playing code using your non-SACL GSM SIM card. *799# is the code, and once you dial the code, you're going to see a list of radio stations. Spoon FM is at number 3 and number 9, but you have to select number 3 for Spoon FM for this show. Okay, and the next thing you want to do is to choose how to pay the playing fee, which is 70 cents US or 100 Liberian dollars. And once you do that, you automatically get into the draw. If you don't have money on your mobile money account, you can go and buy the scratch card and then activate it on your SIM card, and you can play from there. And you're going to stand a chance to win 2,500 Liberian dollars. So we go back to the line and speak to this person. Good morning, your name and where you join us from. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Let's hear you, sir.
My name is Bruce Anymore, and I call from this. First of all, I want to discredit the action yesterday against the channel. I think it was you. First of all, I am strongly going against Afadiga. That is important. Afadiga does not understand the requisites of administration. Let's be clear about that. Even if he suspects as deputy director that his boss is protecting Katia in any shape or form, Fadiga must compose himself as a deputy director. He cannot go publicly, against his boss. That is totally wrong. That is totally wrong in the meaning. Number two, let me give you an instance. During the regime of President Sirleaf, Red Basigia and Eugene Louis had a meet on a selling. He went in the boss office to fight. Immediately, the president called Red Basigia and suspended him, and that was done. That was done. So you can do that. Fadiga must be suspended, even if the president will investigate.
Okay.
Even as the president is about to investigate, that I know, but he must be suspended.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's talk to another person. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, my dear brother and friend. How are you?
I'm okay. I done so.
Yeah, thank you for the recognition. Even though sometimes you hit me up or you still my friend, no matter how happy you still my man.
All right, I guess you.
For district number 10, I'm so Isaac and I join you from my oral resident. My brother, like many of your callers will say, and for me, I want to join them in their crest. My brother, it's a bad day for Liberia. The rescue mission attend to a confused mission for Liberian people, my brother. Where are we going wrong? My brother, can you imagine? The thing just continue to drag it along the way, the other way, other men saying different thing, other men saying different thing. These kind of people, they strategic people into strategic ministry. Supposed to be the one to get themselves involved into the kind of thing there. Oh, Liberia. Look, to our religious leader, guys need to really pray for this country. Liberia, we don't know where our country is fairly for now. Comrade Minister came out the other time and said, Rapper will go up. You go low, the person came out and say, oh no, it will not be the way. I beg your please. The rescue mission shouldn't be confusing already. Because the issue of drugs, like my brother Pascal said, it's a moment to battle the thing here. It has to battle the identical thing. It not small thing. It just take the grace of God for our country to really hit this thing completely. For Africa, we really need the intervention of the Almighty to really help us in our quest. So there's a need that the people unite themselves.
Okay.
So when you're united, you can battle it. So when they come confused, look, I got the news side. Was it yesterday or day before? I said, wow.
Thank you, Adam.
The hair and the deputy.
Thank you, Adam. You hadn't know how to be very Good morning, your name and where you join us from?
Irony of politics, man.
Good morning.
Your background is noisy.
That is a scroll CDC supporter. Good morning, your name and where you join us from?
Yeah, I'm not going to I'm calling from 77 Class C.
Okay, let's hear you quickly because the background is not favorable.
Yes, because you see what's very missing between these people, I believe is just communication was the reason why the North King was that, because your boss will not come up space and pronounce of things then without getting the honor man you're working with. Because you're working at the same level. Just in case you're not around you in the country, you expect the deputy to look at you 1 year. So I believe because you did not go to Africa and tell you so, you have nothing to do. Everybody was working on their own way and doing their own things. I believe they're not going to. So that's how I want to say this morning.
Okay, thank you very much. You take calls until 9:30. Let's talk to this person. Good morning, your name and where you join us from?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm calling from Fender Camp.
Your name?
My name is James Thomas.
James, let's hear you.
Okay, the problem that is happening is a security matter. Fadiga left his country, left America and came to work for Liberian people. What Fadiga is seeing, the people out there is not seeing it. And every year, a no AB operation. I'm not accusing AB without Fadiga, but Fadiga killed the team. Maybe what the positive Fadiga is not okay with. Everything is trying to work out, but nobody is trying to listen to him. So because that is trying to cause tension. So people can draw their attention to everybody to know what you want to do. But this is a security matter. You need to call him to security meeting and ask what's going on. You cannot leave him like that.
No, okay.
He wants to work. He really wants to work. He keeps to work for Liberian people.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's talk to another person. Good morning, your name and where you join us from? Hello? Good morning, let's hear you.
Good morning, my brother.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, quickly, thank you for the topic of discussion. There is a thought that I want to make. Without making an announcement on the announcement of that. Right. Many people thought that were in agreement with the president, President Blackhat. Because there will be no way, we speak and the president not in the know, or the president came and provide the clarity. I think this to say that the DEA boss, Mr. Kumar, will come out and say, yes, we are zooming here. Now, for the guy who also work with the DEA, if we say there's no zooming there, they want a broad picture. The higher authority needs to look at it critically. Because nobody wants to deprive our administration, the staff, and straighten things. Then tomorrow you leave, and our stigma is on you guys. Under the watch, it can't happen. Like the real administration, the proper real administration is not for good.
Okay.
So I don't want the people to look at it and try to compromise.
Okay.
I want to be in a position
Thank you. Your line is even breaking out. Let's talk to the last person quickly. Good morning, your name and where you join us from.
Good morning, Jesse. And good morning to the Liberian people.
Let's hear you, sir.
Let me say a pleasant good morning to my sister Berry You. This is Fode Mohammed Kakwe, political name.
Good morning.
And I join you from the Movement for Intellectual Exchange in Florida Town.
Okay.
Jesse, to be honest, Ebi Kuma was misplaced. Let's just be credible. Ebi Kuma is an administrator. He's now an administrator. He's very good at the operational aspect. But administratively, he's not. So let's get that established in this place. Look at the one thing you're talking about that zooming. It's also is not about zooming. I listened to a communication written by two of the LDEA bosses, the administration and the operation, addressing it to the Minister of Justice this morning. I listened to that communication on the OK Morning Watch. And then complaining Ebi Kuma on communication, a very long communication, but I captured three major things. Now let me just start that out quickly before I get the line.
Okay, we don't have the time. We don't have the time for that, political yang.
Yeah,
thank you.
One has to do Kuma building a drug cartel with combatants.
Oh, okay. We already got that the allegation. We talked about that here earlier on. So, folks, you are listening to the Today Show right here on your favorite dial, 107.5. We're also coming to you live on Fabric 101.1 on Spoon TV Live, Fabric TV Live, and via our YouTube channel. We will take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk about other trending issues here in the country. My name is Yekezi Zwobel. I'm here with Dennis Nipson and Chokon Flammer, and together we're driving you through until 10 o'clock this morning. But don't forget to keep on playing the Spoon 107.5 Mega Dedicated Splash on your radio. 20 persons or 20 winners will be walking away with 2,500 Liberian dollars just this morning, a few minutes from now. So all you need to do to be a part of the draw, take your phone and dial *79# using your non-SACL GSM SIM card. Once you dial *79#, you will see a list of radio stations right there. You select number 3 for Spoon FM. And the next thing you want to do is to choose how to play to pay the playing fee, and it's just 70 cents US or 100 Liberian dollars. After that, you automatically enter the draw. A text message will be sent to you that you have played the radio entertainment game. You just sit back to wait for the draw to see whether you're going to be one of our lucky winners that'll be walking away with 2,500 Liberian dollars. So let's take this quick break to be back with you in a split minute.
Blue Crest Liberia, your gateway to mastering computer fundamentals, advanced Excel tools and techniques, and database management system and training. With our high-tech classrooms, you will gain practical knowledge every step of the way. At Blue Crest, we offer BSc IT, BBA, and MSc IT. We render training for corporate institutions. At Blue Crest Liberia, we are a school with creative minds driven by innovation and excellence. Enroll in our fashion and graphics design school today and let the professionals guide your journey. From sketching your first design to mastering the latest digital tools, a hub of innovation and learning where students becomes tomorrow's tech leaders starts here. From cybersecurity, artificial intelligence to data analytics, we are your professionals' hope. Whether you are pursuing a career in software development, network engineering, or digital marketing, fashion, and graphics design, Blue Crest Liberia is your gateway to success. Enroll today at Blue Crest. Call 0888-999-444 or 0770-999-444 for more information, or walk into our campus located at Congo Town opposite CDC headquarters. Blue Crest Liberia, where innovation meets education.
Tanu, what happened to you so?
Julie, I worry. I need to pay my dollar school fee first thing tomorrow morning. And today is Sunday, I finish and get worsened.
But there's no problem there at all. It's possible you can still pay it tomorrow.
Lord, I tell you, I'm not joking. If you can't help me, tell me loan.
Yeah, I can help you. Let me ask you, have you heard about the EcoBank money emergency number?
You say what? Just leave me alone. I'm telling you, I need to pay my money tomorrow morning first thing. And then be open way 9 o'clock. They can't help me.
But you're not even going to the bank, Tanu. All you have to do is to dial *326# and request for 50% of your salary. You will pay EcoBank back within 30 days, and the interest are only 3%. The money will be sent to your account in a minute, and you can use your ATM card to withdraw it from any EcoBank ATM.
Dalame, you mean I'll get it the same day?
Oh yes, instantly. I mean in a minute. But to you, EcoBank that baby.
I say so.
Oh, I beg you, yeah. EcoBank can make things happen sharp. For any money emergency, just dial *326# to help yourself out.
EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
A pleasant welcome back. This is the Today Show on your favorite dials, 107.5 FM, 101.1 Fabric and Spawn. We're also live on our various social media platforms. This morning is roughly 23 minutes up until 10 o'clock. And welcome back to the show. Don't forget to keep on playing the Spoon 107.5 Mega Daily Cash Splash to walk away with 2,500 Liberian dollars at the end of the show after playing for just $100. That's Liberian dollars or 70 cents USD via your mobile money account, both USD or LD, or better still, you can buy a scratch card, activate it on your SIM card, and play. So the playing code is just *799#. Select number 3 for Spoon FM, and you choose how to pay the playing fee. And once you do that, you enter the draw automatically, and you're going to be one of those on the standby to pop up as one of our winners of the radio entertainment game. Okay, so let's now go back to politics. Yesterday we talked a lot about this report of the former religious advisor to former President George Weah, allegedly duping a lot of folks, a lot of Liberians on the basis of going to Australia, for a conference. Some of the victims say he collected more than 1,000 USD from them. Some said 700, and we spoke to him on this show yesterday via the telephone, and he said he took $970 and less from some of those who applied for this conference. But the conference, the entire thing has backfired. We earlier on reported that he was arrested, he was handcuffed, and placed beyond bars on Sunday, but he denied the allegation on this show. But the Liberian National Police has come up with a release about that incident. And let me read this release verbatim. It says the Liberian National Police has arrested and is investigating the religious advisor to former President George Maniwia and current pastor of the Foke Clan Family Church, Reverend M. Emmanuel Nemli, for his alleged involvement into theft by deception, receiving money on a false pretense, visa fraud, and suspected human trafficking. Those are his charges. Reverend M. Emmanuel Nemli was arrested on Sunday, June 2, 2024, in Duazon Community, Roberts International Airport Highway, based on a complaint filed by some of the victims headed by H. Momo Fortune Jr. Police preliminary investigation revealed that in early August 2023, suspect Nemli received the amount of $970 United States dollars each from 90 persons, totaling $87,300 United States dollars, under the pretense of taking them to Australia to attend a church conference. Meanwhile, Reverend Emmanuel Nemli is currently in police custody, undergoing investigation to be forwarded to court. More details on this come up in our subsequent press release. Signed, DCP Cecilia G. Clark, spokesperson, Chief of Press and Public Affairs Division of Public Affairs Division, Liberian National Police. Yeah, so that's a release from the police. So the police has finally, released a statement on this story that we reported, and the pastor was kind of so angry with us yesterday when he spoke to us that we tarnish his reputation. We reported a wrong story about him, and we're supposed to have gotten a side of the story, even though he was on the line giving a side of the story. We called him and brought him forth to give a side of the story, but he was still mad at us. But now the police has brought up this release against him, so I don't know what he's going to say now.
Yeah, like you said, we confronted him yesterday as to what was being reported, in the media involving his involvement into the entire situation. And he said he wasn't arrested, and now the police have come up with that he was arrested on Sunday. And the time at which we spoke with him as well, you can see that's another issue there, because he was already at the police station in the morning. And we know in Liberia, before you go to any public area, it's like 10 o'clock before they start operation. So I think he wasn't sincere to say, yes, I'm at the police station and I was arrested and all of that. So it is important. And like I said on yesterday, as a man of God, at times someone might say, yes, the clergyman wanted to help and he decided to do that, a conference, and if the people are gone, there wouldn't have been this noise all around. But it is important as a clergyman, especially when you have that name behind you, because whenever anything happens, they say, whole pastor, whole man of God, there are a lot of things expected of you. So I think this is a wake-up call to all other pastors who are perhaps would be involved with such, in terms of having conferences, carrying huge number of people at a conference and just taking people randomly from anywhere. I think if that would have been done in his church, and tell the people, if he was intentional about that, to tell the people that this is a visa process and you go into it, and if it doesn't come up successful, to not hold me in contempt or whatsoever. But with all of what have been happening, especially in these difficult times where the economy is very hard for Liberians, and hearing that one person paid $970, just like that and just go in thin air is something that, you know, that is worrisome and needs to be investigated. Like he said, the $900 and something was given for this. What were the activities or, you know, processes for which $900 and something was given? Because we all know that the Australian visa for registering for it will not cost all of that amount. Even the US visa to register for that, yeah, I think it's around 150, one something now. So you'll be paying $970 for the visa and maybe other little things that you're registering here and there for. But $970, that's a huge sum of money to be accounted for. And like the police now, what they coming up with what? Human what? Trafficking?
That was another charge.
Yeah.
Suspected human trafficking.
Suspected human trafficking. That's great for him. And it's something that he needs to work along with to maybe clear his name, or I don't know. Yeah,
Chuko.
It's a difficult thing for my second church because he's a man of God. He had in the church for Kekron. It's a difficult thing for the people of the church, and there are several things for we can take a look at, Denise. The first thing, nobody pays money to an individual to travel. You pay that money strictly to the embassy.
Yeah.
We do not have an embassy here in Liberia for Australia.
It's in Ghana.
You have to go travel to Ghana to make your way. So if you go to Ghana, you should be able to pay that money to the Australian embassy in Ghana. It is not for you to pay that money to any pastor or man of God or traditional leader to make you disappear from here and appear in Australia. No. So those who also caught in this web, you know, sometimes it's good that you think beyond what especially when you're going into deal with people. You have to be wise. Somebody say use your tail. Aside from that, the pastor was not sincere to us yesterday. He was arrested. He said he was not arrested. He said the visa fee is non-refundable yesterday to us. But again, he wrote a commitment note. He wrote a commitment note that was read last night on the show by our CEO. I think you saw that. He wrote a commitment, promissory note that he was going to pay the money.
There's a feedback.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we okay.
We still get the feedback. Okay.
Yeah.
So that he was going to pay the money. Yesterday, the commitment letter was read on the radio. He promised to refund the people money. He did not pay. And he, after reading the letter, he said that no, but that visa fee and the visa fee cannot be repaid. Who told you that they can pay visa fee to a pastor? They don't pay visa fee to any pastor. They don't pay visa fee to anybody. They pay visa fee to the embassy, especially when you go for interview to that embassy to travel. Whether you pass the interview or not, the embassy does not refund your money. Then you know that the embassy took your money.
Yeah.
You have to come back home.
It is not pastor taking your money.
Not pastor taking your money to go to fucking club and pray or and up to now, no he, no tea. Yeah, it's a serious thing. Yeah, it's a serious thing for the church. And not only that, but he also said that Dennis said he was not arrested. He was arrested. He spent first night being bars last night.
He was very insincere yesterday on the show to tell us that
he spent first night.
He wasn't arrested.
First night in jail last night to where they can carry those boys, those Zogo and Tine. Pastors.
They really said he was arrested on Sunday.
He was arrested on Sunday, getting prepared to go and deliver a sermon. And I think those who complain here too did not do well for the church. Maybe you have Monday, Tuesday, all the way to Friday to Saturday. Why you did not carry man complete? Only on Sunday, after the man finished studying for his sermon, prepare everything.
No, they said the rest of the men in Dwazo. The men were not anywhere around it, Josh. The rest of the men in Dwazo.
That's where he lives, my man.
Around the Roberts International Airport.
The man lives on the highway.
He
lives on the highway.
Okay.
He lives
so
on
at
the
least
highway.
during the weekend, you wanted them to have done that during the week.
Yeah, but man,
no, but I believe the citizens complained him during the week, but the police decided to go after him. They got a tip of where he was on Sunday, and it decided to go and have him arrested.
And Reverend Nimley, aside from what happened, he's very respected in the Christian community, especially during the past regime.
Of course,
he used to organize the relation leaders and all of that, do a lot more for the government.
That is bad for him.
So
that just stains his reputation.
So another
to have it fixed is going to be difficult.
Another thing for the police proceeding as well, I don't know whether it is the right way when someone complains, someone is it to arrest them or to invite them for questioning. So the police said he was arrested.
Yeah. Yes, you were arrested because I believe that this is criminal.
The police.
This is not a civil matter.
It was reported as a criminal
attempted kidnapping, extortion.
The allegations of the nature.
So a complaint was filed. He wasn't summoned by the police or invited as your attorney. He wasn't invited by the police. A complaint was filed. The police looked into the nitty-gritty of the complaint, and they, decided to have him arrested. Because of the nitty-gritty of the complaint. We're still getting some little bit of feedback. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's still from Chopin. But folks, that's it. It's just unfortunate for Reverend Nemley. He's been one very respectable, religious personnel in our country. To have this on his record at about this time is very worrisome for him. And hoping that he can, try to,
clear his name.
Clear his name. And you can see what I can just get my head around is how can you take with you 80 persons, I think 90 persons to a convention, to a single convention, at least when you say 10, 15 persons, 20 persons, people will say, yeah, but 80 persons, it says a lot.
Entire township.
It says a lot. Our whole church. Yeah.
Carrying entire church.
It says a lot that the intention wasn't clear. No. The intention to have gone Australia was not clear. And he said when the people told him that they will run away when they get in Australia, he said he did not advise them to think that way.
Also Chokon and Yakizi, like I was saying, the pastor or the reverend did not do well for himself. Because like you are saying, 80 people say you carry them. Firstly, you should think about your own safety, your name. Because in Liberia, we know people how it is when you come to abroad. Yeah. People go to America and Australia. Sometimes they try to seek asylum or something, greener pasture. So you take 80 people, you say you carry them. Are you not concerned that if those people escort and things happen, somebody will hold you responsible? So his justification
is quite shameful to us who have been worshiping at the church. When you say a prophet Key sat on Facebook and undermined the process, you really mean what you say? Prophet Key sat on Facebook and undermined the process. How can Prophet Key who is a complete novice to Australia's honor mine convention are already set up.
Yeah.
A lot of people from around the world pay money to attend the convention. You just say you have collected huge sum of money. Some people already made their way to Ghana to get visa. They say one prophet kissed it out on
Except the
Facebook.
pastor is the reverend is saying that he was doing that as another way of generating income. Percentage will come from there because carrying 80 people, perhaps there's some percentage for you as well, or those who are organizing that.
But then it's nobody pays a
out of
visa
time.
fee to individual. You can
you pay to the bank, you go to the embassy, and all of
Yeah.
that. It is like that.
Yeah, so folks, I'd like us to talk a little bit about, the death of Charles Sirleaf. Again, our condolences to the ex-president of the Republic of Liberia over the death of her son. It is so sad,
It is sad,
to bury a son. Instead of the son,
burying you,
it's very
it's
sad,
sad for
especially
us,
when
and-
you are very old and you have a young son. And instead of the son taking you to the grave, you taking the son to the grave is something that is very, very sad. And I'd like to send our consolations to the ex-president and her entire family. As a matter of fact, her son served Liberia. He served as acting governor of the central bank, and
deputy governor also.
Yeah, and we understand that he died in his sleep.
Yeah.
And his death was confirmed by his source on Monday, and it is said that he died in Ghana.
Yeah. And
so
he was an economist.
He was an
Liberian
economist.
Financial experts. We can date him back for his work that he did in Liberia. And like we said, it's sudden, And just in recent time also, McDonald went to as well, passed, and another
McDonald
official, another official as well. So we wish the family well. That's all we can say for now.
Okay. All right, so folks, that's all the time we have to be here this time on the show. Thanks to all of you for your listening role. For those of you playing the radio game, we gave you 2 more minutes to do that. Star 79 # select number 3 and choose how to pay the playing fee, and you automatically get into the draw and stand a chance to win $2,500 Liberian dollars. So do that, and let's do our draw in the next 2 minutes. But in the meantime, let's squeeze in 2 calls, 2 or 3 calls. We'll get there 1 or 2 calls. 0777 771 075 0777 771 075 101075. Those are the numbers to put it through callers. And I have to say on some of the issues we just talked about. 0777 1075 0555 101075. Let's see whether we can talk to this person quickly. Good morning. Your name and where you join us from?
Good morning.
Good morning. Let's hear you.
Okay. This is Dr. J.
Go ahead quickly, sir.
Yeah, Dennis Jason, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. Have you ever went to fish before?
Don't what?
Have you ever went to fishing before?
We saw that.
I've gone to fishing before.
Thank you. Can you say enter hook in the water for fish?
Oh no, don't do that.
Thank you. There must be a bait on the hook.
Yeah, sure.
So somebody was the bait behind the pastor that encouraged most of the people to do what they did.
Who was the bait here?
They are confident.
Who was the bait you talking about, you think?
The bait.
Who was this bait?
The bait.
In Liberia, we say crime is not transferable. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Maybe he are reliable for his own act.
So folks, that's it. We have to go now. Thanks to all of you for your listening role, and the draw has been done. If you play the radio game, start checking your phones now. We are dishing out $2,500 Liberian dollars to all of the winners. 20 winners, 20 persons walking away with $2,500 Liberian dollars. That should be around 40,000. Stand to be corrected. being dished out here this morning. Okay, so it's 50,000. We're dishing out 50,000 Liberian dollars here this morning among 20 winners. So congratulations to all of you who won. And that's how I would like to conclude the show. Those of you who did win, you can keep trying. We'll be here tomorrow again with another edition of the Today Show. My name is Yekezi Zobel. I've been here with Denise Lipson and Trocon Flama. Denise, anything fun?
Yeah, so quickly, just to say happy birthday to our media colleagues, Cynthia Quinisa of Hot Pepper, Jason Clay of ABC Radio, Prince Parker, Emmanuel Colley of ELBC, and also to another relative of mine who is Ruth Gabon. I'd like to say happy birthday, and to all those who are celebrating. See you tomorrow.
Okay, coming up next is news summary from our news and current affairs department. Bye-bye.